Hi, good evening, guys. Okay, the trading session going to end very soon right now, so I'm going to make a review for the my analysis taken from last week, and hopefully that you will gain some ideas on about what's going to happen next week with NFP as pairs. So let's just go to the charts, and then we'll see where it goes. And I will just start with DXY, and I'm going to share my original idea for DXY. What I did is that leave. Okay, my original the original idea that I have for USD DXY is that price to make a rally based drop, but instead what it happens, it doesn't go the way we expected, but that is normal. It's okay, right? I'm not a magician. I can only base our probable movement. Okay, but in this case, price did not make a rally. What happened? It make a small retrace and then went down to make a base down here, a base in which it doesn't break support, it doesn't break new lows, and it doesn't make new highs. So in this case, this is what I'm going to do for next week. As I will just base on the DSY, because on the DSY, once we got the buyers, and then we can start to look about other pairs, what kind of movements to be expected. Hold on. Okay, so what kind of movement are we going to expect from other pairs? Okay, so I'm going to go for DXY. So I'll be seeing the weekly as well, because for instance, if I look from the daily right now, so it did not make a rally, but instead it make a base in this case. So I'll just make this as a base. So drop before that base, prices drop. So in this case, you make a base here, so there's a chance that it's going to make a rally base and another drop in the next few weeks, perhaps. Okay, because there's still there's still room for it to go even lower to me. Okay, so anything going up should be a liquidity grab for it to go lower. Okay, at this point of time, there's no sell setup for USD for DXY. I don't see it going down yet. Okay, if you look at the 4 hour, right, the buy, even the buy momentum is starting to build up. Okay, if I base on the weekly, right, if I base on the weekly, what I see here is that there's a drop previously, and now this is called the exhaustion, which I share. Okay, the exhaustion, that means the trend is starting to get a bit low every week. So in this case, after when price make an exhaustion, that means what our exhaustions, as I say, is that the candles are getting smaller after a significant push. See, significant push, significant exhaustion, price goes up and then goes down. Okay, so in this case, I see an exhaustion probably is going to happen right now, and I don't really think that it's going to break new highs at this point of time. Very unlikely. Okay, so exhaustion has happened, so there is the probability chance of it to go up next week. So in this case, so I have my bias right now is that the DSY is going to go up, but not whether or not you make a trending move up, that one another story altogether, because I see the whole structure is still to the downside. It's just that it has to go up for a liquidity grab after this drop. Okay, so from there on, then we can move on to the other pair, Euro USD. Right now, for Euro USD, I expect it to go down to before it goes up. Okay, right, in this case it's just same as USD, it does not go down, instead it went up, for it went up, but it has not break new high and went down here. So what I see right now is there's a base right now forming. So what I'm gonna do is that this is a legitimate base. Okay, and this base came after a push. okay, after a rally. So there's a rally base. Okay, let me see. I'll go and see my weekly. Okay, so exhaustion for the weekly candle for me, because after strong momentum, and then the momentum starts to get very weak here. So there's a resistance here in the weekly. I'll just mark that. Okay, that's the nearest resistance which has been broken. So there's a chance that it might retest here. So for next week, I'm looking for sell first for the euros and other USD related pairs first before looking for long, because if based on the movement, I just kind of expected it just to retest that previous supply, turning to new demand before going up. Okay, so the idea that the price is going to rotate down before going up is still there. It's just that the movement does not went as what it expected. Okay, so any buy order from this, so I won't be taking any buy from here. Instead, I'll just be waiting for another pullback to retest this previous supply to take a sell for Euro USD right now. Okay, so the for pound USD is going to be the same story as well. So there's a rally base, so I'm expecting market to share the same sentiment. Okay, we expect the supply to go down. Aussie USD, same story as well. Exhaustion after push up, so it might drop. There is a supply here. I would say here the best. Okay, supply broken. So hopefully this supply will become new demand. So I expect it to go down. Let's see the daily. It is worth marking. I'm going to mark that as well. Okay, because right now we can see that there is strong bearish pressure to push this market lower. Okay, this is the weekly zone. My daily zone, I would say I will have to take this daily zone first. So that is my daily zone, right? Okay, so I'll be waiting for one more push on top and to go for short. USD CHF is going to be the same as USD currency, because if you look from the way the USD CHF and the DXY on the daily, right, it's really identical in nature. Okay, so it's going to perform the same way. EUGBP, for right now, what I'm looking for is, let's see on the weekly. On the weekly, there is weak buy momentum. Okay, but it's not breaking any support yet, so I'm kind of hoping it's going to push another up before moving down for Euro GBP. Okay, because there's exhaustion here. Okay, I see price making an exhaustion, so one more push up is quite possible before going down. That's where I see, because just remember that the rules that I set upon myself is that I will try not to take any kind of sell after market make a push. Okay, so that is for Euro GBP. So for pound yen, it's going to be the same thing. There's exhaustion building up in the daily here, and this exhaustion came after a push, significant push up, testing this previous supply here. Okay, if you look at the weekly, right, exhaustion for the weekly candle. Okay, strong bullish pressure and then get reduced to this kind of candle. So that tells me that the bulls are not as strong as it used to be, so there need to be a downward movement in order for it to go higher. So I would be expecting market to push up retest this previous high around here, so rally base drop. That's for pound yen. Okay, Aussie CHF. Aussie CHF. Okay, the buy, I mean, did say when to buy, but it never went up as expected, and then in the end it became an inside bar false break in this case. So we expect, so my take on for Aussie CHF is that price will go up first and then look for sell. So in this case, there's strong bearish pressure. I'm waiting for one more retest into that zone before moving down, as long as this supply is not broken. For Aussie CHF, CHF yen, it's going to be the same story. I'm going to wait for it to push up and then take a sell from here to let it go down, because I see this as a trending move pushing down, because before this big move, I mean this sells, right? After this sell, price does not have that momentum to push higher. That's what I see. So I still reckon it to go down first before pushing up. We see from here there's an inside bar here in which the mother bar is around, yeah, this is the mother bar. This is the mother bar here. No, actually it's here. Okay, this is a big inside bar. This is the mother bar. Mother bar, inside bar breakout, not really. It's actually a false break of the inside bar. In the weekly, yes, window is still bullish, but based on this kind of price action that I see, right, there is no higher highs and no higher lows, and price does not retrace down after that push. So I wouldn't take any kind of buy from where price is at the moment. I would rather it to come down to retest these areas, which is actually quite a very good spot. 4 hours, price is moving up. It's like a head and shoulders. So I guess as long as it doesn't break this top, I'm still looking for a sell. Okay. So for gold, right? So for gold, there is still that bearish pressure now start to build up, even though it's still bullish in the weekly. But the momentum that's showing me is that the inside bar breakout here, inside bar breakout. So it might, to me, I looking for short. So I'm waiting for a retest of that supply to go lower. We'll see how it goes for next week. USD CAD be very, very interesting. Let me see the weekly. Say the weekly, right? What I see from here is exhaustion. Okay, exhaustion. So it's like before the exhaustion, what is the previous move? It's a drop, and then price making a big pace right now. Okay, that's okay. Drop base. So there's a chance that price might rally. Okay, because right now there isn't any new lows, and then price has pushed up. So for USD CAD, that is the setup for USD CAD. What I would prefer is for it to retest. Okay, I'll wait for one more retest to take a buy to go long for USD CAD. What else? Pound OC. Pound OC, I took a long setup because I see this as an exhaustion in the 4 hour. Okay, so I just already decided to break even and close most of my entries. Right, let's see the weekly. Okay, on the weekly is very nice. The reason, I mean, to show you why I take long, because I see a drop around here, and then I see a base here, and this base in the form of the exhaustion in the weekly. Okay, exhaustion, and then price push up, break this, and then I see this. See, break. So this one is a retest. That's why I go long for pound Aussie. Okay, because and then in the daily we can see a significant push up, which is breaking the supply, pull back, so in this case should price rotates down here, I will probably take one more buy. Okay, so rally base rally, so that's why I say for pound Aussie. Alright, I think that's it, and I did not trade UJ, so this is what I have for next week. So hope you guys have a good trading week next week, and I'll see you guys next week to see how the analysis go. Okay, so see you guys. Cheers.